Hello, my lovelies. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're okay. I hope everybody is well. It is day two of 12 days of White Gecko Christmas. And we're going to do a little block today. Hope everyone is, I'm frozen. I'm absolutely frozen. I've got the heating on, but because it hasn't been on because we've been in the shop's crazy as well today. Absolutely loopy in there today, but all good, all fine. We're processing your orders from last night. So that offer is now finished. So the 10% off all the Christmas fabric with that free pattern, that template is all finished. Okay, so there's a new offer for today. I will now put the template, for those of you who didn't purchase and just wanted the template for last night's design, I will now put that on for sale. Okay, so as soon as I get back, I've got to click one button and that will be ready for sale. But we've got a new offer for you today. So, but before I do the offer, okay, sorry, excuse me, voice is going. We're going to do the Advent. Okay, so lots and lots of you bought Advent tickets last night. So you've all gone into the pot ready for today's offer. Lynn was our lucky day one winner. So your charm pack, Lynn, is off in the post today. Let's say hello. Hi, Liz. Hi, Marion. Hello, my darlings. So hopefully we are live on our Facebook and our YouTube, and also on Secret Sewing Club's Facebook page as well. So we're going to start with the Advent draw. So I'm going to come over to here, and then I'm going to tell you about the offer and do the block. So we have got day two in the little envelope. Okay, that's come off the Advent tree, and all of your tickets in there. As you can see, there are a lot more because lots and lots of you suddenly went, oh, we haven't bought tickets, and all bought tickets last night. So who else is there? Hi Joan, hi Claire, hi Nikki. Right, so I'm giving these I'm not looking, I'm giving them a really good mashup. Okay, so right, let's go with day two's winner. I'm gonna go down that side this time. Oh, there we go, that's one there. So it's a green 371, and it is Mary Irvine, who's no flower, I believe, on Facebook. You win this one. This is day two. So day two is, let's open it up. Drum roll, please. Apparently I can do. Oh, shall I see if I can do it? We can do drum rolls, I think. I'm sure I read somewhere that there's a drum roll. Oh, I don't know how you do it though. Oh, I'm gonna find it for the next one. Star, can I do a drum roll? Oh, I can do drum rolls apparently on here. It gives you like a do-do-do-do-dum, but I'll find it for tomorrow. Okay, right. So, no flower, you have won a £10 voucher to spend on the website. Okay, so we will be in contact soon, lovely. If you are there. Oh, hang on. No, I haven't gone to the right one. There we go. So, Mary, you've won the £10 voucher. There are other vouchers in there. There's a 50, there's a 20, there's another 10, there's a couple of 5s, there's fabric, all sorts in there. So, congratulations, Mary. You are our day two winner. So, that's going over there. Right. What we're going to do today. So, I'm going to come back over here. So, the offer for today, so this is going to run from now, and it's live already. I literally, just before we came over, I made it live. So it's live now through till the live tomorrow night till 7 p.m. tomorrow. There's 20% off on all of the Craft Yourself Silly Rolls. On a roll, they're called. All of the colours, whether it's the ombre ones with the textures, whether it's the plain ones, whether it's the 1.5 inch ones, any of them have got 20% off, and you will also get the pattern free, okay, which gives you, it makes that quilt there, okay. So Sarah made that quilt not at last November's retreat. She made that quilt, and she's been promising to write the pattern ever since. She hadn't written the pattern, so I did it last night. So you've got the pattern free if you buy any of the Craft Yourself Silly Rolls, okay. We are clearing out the old stock because we're going to restock with all the new colours. So that's why we've done 20% off these ones. What we've got on the website is what we've got. We haven't got anything left. We counted them all up. So we haven't got many colours left, but there are quite a lot of the ombre ones, which is why I thought I'd do a little demo on this today, which is this block. We're going to be doing this block. And so you've got 20% off, you get a free pattern, and that will run till 7 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, you like the pattern? It's a really, as ever, super simple pattern. It's literally two rectangles we're going to alter, and then you put them together like that. So it's a little bit like a friendship star, but not quite. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to come over here. First thing you want to do now, if you want that lovely ombre look, okay, if you're going to use one of these, so this is one of the I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. Let me just show you some. So Sarah used one of the solid ones like this. Can you see you've got this beautiful ombre look? That's a solid rainbow, that one. This is the not Violet Vibes, I think it's called. No, because it's no purple in it. I can't remember what this one's called, but you can see some of them have got patterns on, some of them haven't. Some of them are just say solid rainbow or solid blue or things like that. Others of them have got like this. This is Violet Vibes. I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, Violet Vibes. Okay, but you can also get them as plain ones as well. Okay, which one did the Sarah Jane? Sarah used the rainbow. Oh, surprise. Sarah used this one, solid rainbow variegated. Okay, like that. So, oh, hang on, I've got a thing pop up. There we go. Okay, so have a little look online. They are all there. If you're at all unsure which one, give us a shout on the shop. Okay, but they are really beautiful. They're all 2.5 inches wide, and you get 12 meters on the roll. Craft Yourself Silly have just brought out a new fabric that they're printing these onto, so that's why we're selling off all the old ones so we can restock all the new ones. Okay, if you don't want to buy one of these rolls, this pattern will work with any jelly roll that you've got in your stash. Or you may want to wait for one of the other 12 days of Christmases, and there will be an offer on jelly rolls at some point. But if you're going to use the ombre rolls, how you're going to cut them, I think, is kind of important. So that's what I'm going to go through and then show you how to put the block together. You will basically want your background fabric, and you want a patterned fabric. Okay, so it was what's the word? If you haven't got one of these, you could cut 2.5-inch strips out of any random background fabric you want, or a Moda junior jelly roll would work as well. Okay. Hi Elaine, you made this one. Sarah originally made it. Just waiting for more white to come in stock. We're not going to have any white for a while. We are having to sell off the old ones before we get all the new ones in. Okay, just to let you know. Okay, why have they got all these little tiny pins everywhere? Bizarre. Right, what you're going to do if you want that ombre effect is you're going to cut a 4.5-inch rectangle first, which I would if I could find my rotary cutter. I just had it. There it is. Like that. And then you're going to cut a 2.5 next. Okay, like that. And you're going to keep those in pairs. Okay, so we're going to cut another one. So 4.5. And you would just cut along your roll. If you're cutting from jelly roll strips, it doesn't matter. You just want to keep it in pairs. Okay, you're just going to cut for every 4.5-inch block rectangle you cut, you need a 2.5 to match it. Okay. Like I said, if you're using jelly roll strips, you would just cut down your jelly roll. But if you are going to use one of these rolls, then you want the ombre type effect, cut them like that. Okay, I've already cut a couple there. And then from either background fabric that you've pre-cut to 2.5 inches, or from a roll, you're going to do exactly the same. So we want 4.5, 2.5. And I want 4 pairs. So I've got like that. So 2 4.5 rectangles, 2 2.5 squares. And we're going to keep going. Okay, so 4.5, 2.5. Yeah, we will be getting lots of the colours back in, but I'm trying to clear the old stock before we get all the new stuff in, because they're like printed on this special fabric now that makes all the colours super bright and like clean and crisp. Where I mean, don't get me wrong, these are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But I know she's discontinuing these ones, which are the pre-starched ones, for this new fabric. So, which again, they'll be the same colors, but it will be on a different style of fabric. Okay, so what you end up with is little sets like this. Okay, so you've got 4.5 and 2.5, 4.5 and 2.5, and that's one set. And we've got 4 sets, and that's what you need for the block. Okay, on all of the 2.5 inches, we're going to draw a diagonal line. So diagonal line on this one, like that. And on the back of the background color as well. There we go. Going to do this again on this one. So I want the 2.5 like that. There we go. And the 2.5 coloured one. Oh, I've already done that one. See, I was a little bit prepped. 2.5 on the colour. No, 2.5 on the background even, because that's background fabric. Nikki, you're frozen. Oh, okay. I'm still going here, guys. Let me just come back over. Are you all frozen? Is anyone else frozen? If it's frozen on Facebook, maybe try going on to YouTube or Secret Sewing Club, or coming out and going back in. Can anybody tell me if it's frozen on everything? Is it stopped? Because if it's stopped, I'm going to have to come out and come back in again. Any questions there? Can anybody know whether I'm still going on? Anybody? Frozen on White Gecko, but okay, Secret Sewing. Sorry, guys, I don't know why it's frozen on White Gecko. Maybe if you go back in, but I'm going to have to keep going. Okay, Facebook's okay on some people's. Ah, right, okay. How strange. Not frozen there. Okay, right. I'm going to carry on, guys, okay? And those of you who are frozen, you're going to have to go out and come back in, I'm afraid. Because that's not our end. I'm afraid that's your end. There we go. So back on here. I'm back there. There we go. Right. I've gone on the back of each of them. And then I can start with the first. Oh, yeah, it's just come up. Having a problem streaming to Facebook. It's an issue on Facebook end. Okay. Okay. So I've just had a thing pop up saying that it's an issue on Facebook. There's nothing I can do on it, lovely. Some of them try watching it on YouTube or try watching it on Secret Sewing Club. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're literally going to flip these around. Okay. So I've got the white with this one. Okay. And we've got that one on that one. And I'm just going to double check that I put it on the right end. Hang on, just go check my pattern a second, because you've got to put it one way. That's it. So background fabric, coloured fabric on the left, like that. Okay. Background 2.5 on the coloured fabric on the right. And that way round. And they're all going the same way. Can you see? They're going top left to bottom right on both. Let me just come up close a second. There we go. Top left, bottom right. One's on the left, one's on the right. That is if you've got directional fabrics. If they're non-directional, it doesn't matter if they're both on the right-hand side. Okay, but if they're, I'm going with the fact they might be directional, so we're doing that. Okay, so on the right, going that way. On the left, going that way. Okay, so you can see that it's going down. We are going to stitch now just off the line, just as ever. Don't go right on the line. You're going to run your needle along the edge of the line nearest the corner. Okay, so this one's going to come down like that. Okay, hang on, I've got to get this right. Hang on, I've got to get this right. No. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way around. I'm sorry. Right. Brains addled. The shop's been crazy. Right. Coloured rectangle. That one goes on the left. Background rectangle, that one goes on the right, like that. Okay, they're both going the same way though. Right, that's definitely right. Ignore what I just said. That's correct. Okay, we're going to stitch down on the lines. Okay, just so over to here. Okay, so it's YouTube's fine. Right, okay, it just seems to be the one Facebook that seems to be playing up. Unfortunately, that's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid, my darlings. No, I think that's people telling me lots and lots of messages saying, there we go. We're going to go down. So I don't know if you can see, I'm running the needle right down the edge of the line. And that gives you that teeny tiny bit of wiggle room so that when you fold it over, you're not losing any of the 2.5 inch square. There we go. Like that. Like that. You later going, oh, don't worry, Claire. Carol, sorry. It's Claire saying Facebook. Don't worry, Carol. Honestly, it's fine if you're late, my lovelies. You can just catch up later. Okay. Before I cut anything off. Oh, why is my... Oh, I'm really not being very organised today. Right. Let's get this. Make sure you set that seam first. Okay. And iron it out, because we've altered it, to make sure it all fits before you cut anything off. Because if you cut it off and then it's not quite worked, okay, can you see that that's worked lovely? But if you cut this off and it's not quite worked, or you've put it on the wrong one, you've lost your fabric, because you can't really do anything about it. So double check it before you, there we go, before you cut everything off. So that's going to work like that. That's what I want it to look like. So I know that that's right. So I will now just trim off this excess, the bit that's nearest the corner. So off there like that. And off there like that. Okay. That, if you're crazy, goes in your scrap bucket. It won't for me. It'll go in my recycling. Now, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to do exactly the same with the others. So I'm going to whiz through these. Okay. And I'm going to make sure I do these right way round. So that one on top, that one underneath, like that. That one gets that on the left, line going that way. That one gets it on the right, line also going the same way. I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to chain piece those two. And I'm going to do the same on all of these. So coloured background on the left, background coloured on the right, like that. And then my last pair is coloured, background on my left, line going that way, and then background coloured on the right, going that way. Okay, I'm going to stitch down all of those ones, guys. So you're going to have to talk to me now while while I'm doing this, because it's going to be very boring otherwise. How are you all? Is everyone okay? What are you stitching at the moment? What are you up to today? Are your trees up? Are you being well behaved? Are you getting all your Christmas bits done? Or are you just like, I've got time? What are you doing? What's everyone up to? I did notice on Gigglers that quite a lot of people have done wreath making classes, which is really lovely. I've never made like a proper, you know, like with proper foliage. I've made a few wreaths with, you know, artificial foliage, but never made a proper one. I'd quite like to. I should probably look at doing one next year. There we go. All the way down that one. Nearly there. A couple more to do. And that one. And last one. You're having lunch in the pub or watching? Oh, nice. Oh, I wish I was in the pub having lunch. I think I've got pea and ham soup for lunch. So I'd much rather be having a pint. Linda, you're putting together the 45 blocks you made at the retreat. Oh, fabulous. Oh, for that Art Deco one that you were doing. Nice. Lovely, lovely. Elaine, you've been making some gift tags for family sex. Fabulous. Claire, you're putting the tree up tonight once your grandson's gone home. Well, before he destroys it, if he's little uns. They do like to get involved, don't they? Right. So again, set your steams and roll that out. Make sure it's right. Set my seam. Roll it out. There we go. Elaine, your Christmas tree being picked up at the weekend. Plenty of time, isn't there? Absolutely, love. Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, we don't normally. It's my youngest birthday today. They're 19. I can't believe my baby is 19. but we don't normally put the tree up this early because we wait till after, you know, all birthdays are finished and stuff. But because we had the grandkids here this weekend, on Sunday, they came in just for a couple of hours. We were like, yeah, let's do the tree with them. Because Jonah is like a little pop. Right. That's going to take that bit off there. Nearly done. And then we can put this block together. Once you've cut all your pieces, you can chain piece all of this. So this is, as ever, because we don't do overly complicated, this is a really quick quilt to do, you know, and it doesn't have to be done from the on a roll. It can absolutely be done from jelly rolls, or if you're one of those super organized people who cut their scraps into strips, you know, you could do it from that. You could do it from a charm pack. Because 2.5, you know, by 4.5, you'd get 2 pieces out of a charm pack. If you've got a pretty charm pack there you'd like to use, you could do it from a charm pack. Right. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm keeping them in pairs, and you're going to turn them so that both of these are on. No, not that way. Not that way. Hang on. I've got to make sure I've done this right now. That way. That's how I want it. So can you see you've got the pieces in opposite corners, so you get that lovely zigzag effect. Okay, it's a bit like a sawtooth star in a way. Okay, so you're going to make sure these are in opposite corners, and then we're going to put them right sides together. You always want the bigger background rectangle on the top as well. All right, so like that, and I'm going to put a pin in just to remind me which side I'm stitching. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So I want that one like that. So corner here, corner in the top, like that. Right sides together. Put a pin in because I'm sewing that side. And the same with this one. So turn that one. So I've got corner and corner like that and like that. There we go. Who was it? Lovely. Was it Elaine? You were saying you're waiting for a white one to come in stock. If you go onto Craft Yourself Silly's website, they will have them all in stock if you're waiting to finish just to get one. Because like I said, it's going to be a while before we restock because we're having all the new colours. There we go. So I'm going to stitch down all of those now, and we can put the block together. What's that, Jean? Your tree takes minutes to put up and same when taken down. Oh, is it one of those like with ones that got all the lights and all the baubles on, and it just pops up and then pops back down? That would be easy. That is easy. Here we go. So 1/4 inch on that one. And I'm just keeping an eye on where that pin is to make sure that I'm stitching the right side. I need to put my seam guide tape back on as well. I took it off because it was getting all really ratty when my machine was serviced. And I'm missing seeing that 1/4 inch. I'll do that because you're wanting the variegated one too. Perfect. Yeah. So if we haven't got them, lovely, go onto Craft Yourself Silly's website. They should have all of them on there, love. Obviously, because they make them, and they make them to order as well. So she should be able to get them for you, because it's going to be a little while before it'll be the new year easily before we get all the new ones in stock. So there we go. So all the pins are coming out. And then we're going to take this over here and we're going to iron these out. Okay, now set your seams, and I'm going to iron it all upwards. So I'm going to iron it towards the background fabric on each one. Press your seam and then upwards on that one. There we go. It does feel quite stiff, these rolls, but that's because they're pre-starched. And I have to say, the pre-starching is brilliant because it makes this ironing bit really super crisp. It's lovely. Elaine, you've made a double amount to make a large quilt. It's beautiful. Fantastic. Lovely. Jean, your tree's got everything on it already. All you have to do is join the poles and plug it in. Perfect. That's like a super cheats way of doing it, but I'm all there for it. All there. Right, once you've got 4, you can then make your block up. So we're going to put that one up there. This one is then going to turn like that. Okay. And then this one turns like that. So basically you're making like a pinwheel, but you've got these extra little bits. And then, hang on, I've got to work that one out that way. There we go. Does anyone else's head get a bit confused with a pinwheel? I never know what this one always throws me. I always want to do it the wrong way. So I'm going to switch that one to that one and that one to that one. You've got that beautiful block happening. Okay. So there to there. In fact, actually, I might actually just swap those because I like the fact this goes orange to pink and then you've got bits of orange here into the purple. I like that gradient slightly more, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to put that one to that one, this one to this one, and then we're going to join the two. Okay. So just line up your edges. There isn't any nesting. Don't worry about it because these are at an angle. So we're just going to stitch down 1/4 of an inch on both of these. There we go. All right. So don't forget this offer, the 20% off will last until 7 p.m. tomorrow, which is when the new offer will be going live. So I've got a live at 7 tomorrow with a new offer, a new demo. Oh, what have I done? Here we go. Like that. Didn't want to move for a second. But this looks, I mean, this is obviously very bright and, you know, in your face and everything, this roll. But if you use something, you know, like the winter chill jelly roll or something like that for it, it would look, you know, it would be all in sort of blues and whites. You know, you wouldn't be quite as in your face. It'd be a much more subtle look. So if I've ironed this one to the right, I want to iron this one to the left. So it's going that way, like that. And the other thing is, if you're new, don't panic about the fact you've got your point hasn't met the edge there. That's your seam allowance, okay? So that one's going to that one. Put them together. I'm going to stitch along that bit and your block's done. Now, that's taken a bit longer than I would normally to make a block because obviously I'm talking lots and everything. But once you've cut all your pieces, which goes really quickly with the on a roll stuff, it's a super, super fast block to do because you can do all of your chain piecing. Here we go. Perfect. And as ever, we're going to do the little trick in the center where we pull out those couple of stitches there and there. Okay, so anything above that stitch line, I have actually got black in the bobbin, I've just realized, because I was working on something last night and I still had black in the bobbin, but it won't matter. This is only a demo piece. So I've taken out my couple of little stitches within the seam allowance only. So when you open it out and then you open that out like that, you get a little, yeah, there we go, little teeny tiny four patch in the middle, and your seam spin round that center point. So this one's going to go that way. Okay, that one's going around that way. That one's coming towards me, and that one goes like that. And what that does is make everything really, really crisp and lovely, and you get a nice flat center on there. This should then measure, I believe, 8.5 inch square. So if you've gone tall wonky, which I have a weeny bit on that one, you're going to go 4 1/4, 4 1/4 right through the center like that, and trim off anything that's overhanging, which is just, oh, hang on 2 seconds, I moved. There we go. We go across there and across there, a teeny bit off that side, turn it, and then you're going to do exactly 8.5 by 8.5 that way, 8.5 here, 8.5 along the bottom. We're just going to take a weeny bit off there and a weeny bit off there. Okay, there we go, and your block's done. Okay, if I come back to this one, you can see that that's just one block just there. This little quilt was 4 by 4, okay, which used one roll. Okay, so Sarah used this one, which was the rainbow one, as you can see, the solid rainbow. And for 12 meters, she got a quilt that because she's put a white border and then a little border around the outside. That comes out at 40 by 40, which is a perfect playmat size or lap quilt size or whatever. Okay. Have you never seen that hack before? The little 4-patch one, we did it on the retreat, love. Were you not paying attention? We did it on the retreat. Did you? I can't remember if you did the retreat quilt or not. I can't remember whether you did. Some people did, some people didn't. We did it on the retreat, lovely, but it makes everything really nice and flat. Cool. Right, that's it for today. I'm going to get my bum back over the shop. This offer now is on 20% off from now till 7 o'clock tomorrow, and you also get the full pattern as well. Okay, so you'll get a full copy of the pattern, which has got all of the diagrams, all of your sizing and everything on there. Okay, you've got pictures, Sarah's one on the back too. That will run till 7, and then there will be another one tomorrow night. I'm back at 7 tomorrow for day 3. You didn't do the quilt retreat. You were busy, Bunny, Linda. You were very, very busy. We do have a few retreat spaces left for April and for November, but I'm talking like 3 or 4. November's pretty much sold out, but there are a few on the 3rd one. I'm going to be putting those on the website by the end of the week if anybody wants to join us. Linda will tell you how lovely it was. Well, she better, otherwise she's not allowed to come again. Right, my lovelies, I will see you tomorrow at 7. Happy sewing. Get them Christmas trees up, and I will do another little demo tomorrow night for you. Take care. Bye.